Hi everyone, my name is Kate and today I will tell you and show you how to knit a trendy sweater from Pinterest. Now it's fashionable to combine incongruous, to use different yarns in one work, so today we will knit exactly such a sweater. I was inspired by these pictures from Pinterest. In this video I will show the basic rules of how to connect the colors and how to tie the parts of the sweater together. Well, before we start to knit, I really ask you to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment under the video and give me your likes. This will help me to promote my channel. And now let's get started. So the first step we need to do is to find all the leftover yarn that we have somewhere in our shelves. The composition and thickness of the yarn doesn't matter. I found 5 skeins of different yarn, but I'll use only 4. The blue is acrylic and wool, pink is mohair, very nice to touch. The light green is also mohair, but very thin. The blue is mohair too, and the orange is exactly the same as the pink. We will need 12 mm needles, but you can take larger size. A hook, 8 mm, you can also take a larger. Marker, scissors and a needle. I advise you to draw a color scheme of the sweater before you start like I did. I'm going to start with the pink mohair. The sweater consists of several parts, in the front and back part and 2 sleeves, but we will start with the front part of the sweater. Place the thread in your hand like I did, so there is a tension between your thumb and forefinger. Take needles together. Put them on top of the thread, put down, then in the loop under your thumb, then under your forefinger, and then out through your thumb. Now we have 2 loops on the needles, so we do the same things. Continue to cast on 44 stitches. Take out 1 needle. Then take the yarn that leads to the skein and place it on your forefinger to make it more comfortable for you. We always take off the first stitch from the left needle to the right one. The stitch has 2 loops, a front and a back. Put a needle into a front loop, like this. Grab the yarn and take it out of the stitch. Like this. Knit in the row until the last stitch. Then we are going to purl the last stitch. Throw the yarn to the front of the needle and knit the front loop of the stitch like this. Don't hold the yarn too tight, you should be able to pull the yarn out and knit the stitches easily. And now turn your work. Now we are going to do the wrong side row. We always take the first stitch off. Now the main yarn has to be in front of the needle. We are going to put the needle on the front, grab the yarn and pull it out of the stitch. That's how we do the purl stitches. Repeat this for the whole row. The last stitch is also the purl stitch. We are going to take turns with the wrong side row and then the right side row. I'm going to do 3 rows in pink. You should follow your color scheme for the sweater. We have finished the wrong row. Turn your work, take the first stitch off, and then we need the right stitches for the back loop of them. We made the right row. The last stitch is the purl stitch. I'm going to end the pink and move on to the blue color. The front side of the sweater is 42 centimeters. Now we add wrong side row. Take the next color, leave a small tip, the first stitch we take off, and the second is purl stitch of another color. The new color yarn in the wrong side must be in the front of the needle. And the last stitch in this row is also the purl stitch. Turn your work. Next, we need the right side row, where the last stitch is also the purl stitch. Knitting as many rows as you want, I advise you to write down somewhere what number of rows of what color you have done, so that the back of the sweater matches the colors. We are knitting the last 2 stitches in the right row. 2 tips of different yarn we can knot and cut off the previous color. I'll get back to you when I add a new color. Next, I will add a very thin mohair. I will knit it in one yarn, so that there is a contrast between the thin and thick yarn. I add light green in the same way on the wrong side. Take off the first stitch and continue to knit the wrong row. Knit as many rows as you need. This is what I have, and now I will be adding orange. Now I'm going to switch back to green mohair and then back to blue. Any ends that are left on the side we will hide. The last color I have is blue. Now we will need a few rows and then we will close the knitting. In total I need 30 rows. The height of the front of the sweater is 35 centimeters and the width is 44 centimeters. Of course, you can knit more rows. Now we are going to close the knitting. Take off the first stitch. The second stitch we have to knit right. And now we have to put the first stitch through the second stitch, like this. There is one stitch left on the right hand needle. Then we again knit the first stitch through the second stitch, so close the row like this till the end. The last stitch is the purl stitch. We have one stitch left on the needle. This way, with our hands, we will make one more stitch and we can cut the yarn. The front part of the sweater is ready. We need to make exactly the same second part. Then we will sew them together and only then we will knit the sleeves. The height of the front is also 35 centimeters, the width is 46 centimeters. The second part I have already knitted and now we will join them together. For this we need to put the front side to each other and the wrong side should be on top. It looks like waves. Take a hook, we should do the shoulder lines on both sides and leave a hole for the head. I'm going to crocheting 13 loops on each side. You can try it on yourself. Your head should be able to fit through the hole. We have to find the braid that was formed when we closed the row and put the hook into the first one by both loops. On the other side, we also find the first braid. Grab the yarn with a hook and pull it through to braids. Grab the yarn again and pull it out through the loop on the hook. Put the hook in the same stitch. Grab the yarn and now the second loop we have to pull through the first one, like this. Continue crocheting this way for all 13 stitches. This is what the shoulder looks like. The last stitch, cut the yarn and take out the end. From the right side, the stitches looks like this. Knit the second shoulder in the same way. I knitted 2 shoulders. Turn out the right side and this is how the stitches looks like. I also made sure that my head fits through the hole. Now putting the work back on, we need to see how many stitches we will need to cast on the sleeves. This is how the half sweater fits on me. Now we need to see where our sleeves will be attached. We need to measure that you are comfortable. I counted for one sleeve I need 30 stitches plus 1 stitch for the shoulder seam attachment. All in all, I'll be putting in 31 stitches for the sleeve. I start with pink, I will do 3 rows, then I will do orange, also 3 rows, green 3 rows and the rest of the rows in blue. At all, I'll be doing 36 rows. We need the sleeve just like the main parts of the sweater, turning the right and wrong rows. I've already knitted the 3 different colors and I will do the blue one next. Be sure to measure your sleeves, you may have to knit more rows or less. And now I'm going to close it. The sleeve is 48 cm long and 37 cm wide. We should knit the second sleeve and we will assemble the sweater. Be sure to try on the sleeves before assembling the sweater so that everything fits well. We are going to sew the sweater and the sleeves in the same way as we did in the shoulder. To do this, we will need a hook and yarn to tie everything together. I have it in blue because it's the main in my work. Let's start with the sleeves. For this, we turn everything inside out. Now we'll need a marker. We need to fold the sleeve in half or count off the middle on our own. There we put a mohair and then attach it to the shoulder seam. We will tie the sleeves to the sweater by the edge loops. There are the big braids on the edge of the sweater. We find the edge stitch of the sleeves inside the hook and then into the edge braid of the sweater. Since the edge stitches are quite large, we'll be doing 2 stitches from the sleeve into one of these stitches. Chain 1, then we put the hook into the stitch again and do the join stitches. Find the next stitch and insert the hook into the same first edge stitch from the body of the sweater. Find the third edge from the sleeve and knit the second from the body of the sweater. The first from the sleeve, we knit the same way into the second edge from the body of the sweater. Doing like this all the way till the end. At the end, chain 1, cut the yarn and take out the hook. The right side looks like this. We knit the second sleeve the same way. Now you can hide the ends of the yarn that are near the seams. Just take the needle and hide this yarn right into the seam. Those yarn that are next to each other can be tied into a knot and hidden in the seam in the same way. And lastly, we should knit either side of the sweater and the bottom of the sleeve. Exactly the same way, using a hook, we find the edge loop on one part of the sweater and the other, and start stitching them together. In each edge, we knit 2 slip stitches. Doing like this all the way till the end of the sleeve. Now we make chain 1 and cut off the yarn. On the other side we do exactly the same. All the yarn we have to hide in the seams. And now our sweater is ready! Turn the sweater on the right side and look at our result. This sweater is knitting very fast and easy because of the large size of the needles. I'm sure you will succeed. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe me. Soon in this channel will be a lot of interesting tutorials. My cuties, bye!